get surgery. I hope that's everything they asked. I think it is. So, essentially, what happened with me was I was in the gym and I was doing, they're called, there's a bunch of different names. There's skull crushers or nose breakers. And it's when you sit on a flat bench and you use your, triceps to lift a bar, and you can use single or both hands, but I was doing both hands, and I was doing an overhead kind of variation of it because I wanted to get more of a stretch in my tricep. So I laid down a little bit at an incline on a bench. I put it up maybe 2 clicks on the incline, and then I only had 50 pounds, and I was doing the overhead tricep extensions, except I was going past. The reason they're called skull crushers or nose breakers is because if your triceps fail, you could smack your nose or smack your skull. But I was doing them over like that, so the bar was coming past the top of my head because I wanted to get more of an extension on my triceps. So I was doing them kind of like this, obviously on an incline bench. And when I was doing that, I just felt I was done the set. I did 10 or 11 reps, and I had finished up, and I felt something on the inside of my left shoulder as I was coming. My arms were fully extended, and I was just lowering the weight. And as I was lowering the weight, I felt something on the inside of my arm move, and it the only way I can describe it is it felt like my bone was moving. So what I did was, it happened so fast. I was continuing to bring the weight down, and then it stopped happening. At the same time I could feel that moving, something in the back I felt almost pulling away or ripping or tearing, and it sounded like somebody ripping Velcro internally in my body. Is the best way I can describe it, as well as feeling the moving in my shoulder. So I was done working out anyway. That was my last exercise of the day, and I was gonna go shower. So I put the weight away. I had no pain in my arm, and then I went and I took a shower, and I actually had a date that night. So I went on the date, and while I was at the date, I could feel my whole shoulder. It felt it was probably 2 hours later. It felt like it was warm, it was warming on the inside. It was just hot, and I decided to go to the ER after. So I went to the ER. They did an x-ray. That was all they did. They did nothing else. They just did an x-ray. Basically sent me home. They said, your shoulder's not dislocated. And they sent me home. So I went home. They said, follow up with your PCP. So I did. And I think it was maybe 2 weeks later I was able to get it, or maybe a week or week and a half after it happened, that I was able to get to see my PCP. But the next day was sore. So there was no bruising. It was just internally sore and hurt. So I stopped lifting weights for a month, and I was essentially really limiting the movement in my arm because I didn't know if I tore my rotator cuff. So I essentially just kept my arm by my side for two weeks or so. Didn't really use it very much. And I would have pain for it was painful for probably a good month of it just being general soreness with motions and stuff. But after that, the pain pretty much went away. It was only when I would have my arm, occasionally when my arm was out, it would be painful. But when you lay down like this, it was painful. I couldn't let my elbow go past a certain point. It just wouldn't happen, which is consistent with a slap tear, I guess. My PCP basically said you probably just didn't, I don't know. I couldn't even see my real PCP. I could only see not a good doctor or like PCP. He was essentially just dismissing what I was saying about my arm, acting like I should be getting over myself. And he didn't understand what I was getting at. Like, you know, he didn't order an MRI. So I was like, whatever. And it got, like, the pain got better. It didn't hurt as much. But it did hurt when I would work out. So when I would go lift, when I would do any kind of like lat work or even like biceps, even tricep, like it would just hurt. Like, it's hard to describe it. Like in the back there, it would hurt. And that's where I felt, it almost felt like something had torn. I thought my tricep tried to like pull away from like the rotator cuff area or whatever, wherever it connects up in there. That's what I thought happened. And eventually I was like, man, you know, I can't keep working out at the rate I'm doing, because I feel like something's wrong in there. So I kind of like slowed down on the working out, just naturally like slowed down, I guess. I didn't really, like, it wasn't a planned slowdown. It was just, I'm not really working out coming into the December, you know, around Christmas. So I kind of just had a little off season. And then during like February, I tried working out more again. And it's not the same. Like my shoulder would just get fatigued like super easy. Working on my car or just in general, it would just get fatigued really easy. And I decided, like, you know, I'm gonna contact my doctor again. I'm gonna go in there and see my doctor. I did see my real doctor like 2 weeks after I saw that other doctor that didn't really give me any answers that I wanted. And he, at that point, my shoulder had felt better, so he was like, well, I think, you know, if it persists, come back, talk to me. He's like, I think you may have just strained it. So I did go back. So I did. I went back probably around like January, February, and I talked to my doctor, and I was like, hey, like, I'd like to get seen again for my arm. He's like, well, we'll give you a like MRI for your shoulder to see like what's going on in there, because they want to check like everything. And I got a MRI, and they also put like fluid in between your labrum, like to check if it leaks out. So I got the MRI, and he said that it definitely, like, I have some tears, and basically gave me a decision. Like, you can either have the bicep tendinosis, where they cut the bicep tendon and they attach it to the bone, and then they can fix the labrum, or they'll just fix the labrum, leave the bicep, and you know, if you have pain, they can do the tenodesis after. So I voted to like have them try to save not cutting my bicep tendon and then reattaching it in a different place. I wanted them to like keep it how it's supposed to be. And I guess like really the motivating factor was just every time that I would go work out, it would be fatigue, and it would be weaker, more fatigued. I limited myself on purpose. I did not do overhead presses, like, because I didn't want to mess my arm up again. And tricep work, like a lot of my tricep work with the cables or anything overhead, I couldn't do it anymore. It would just cause pain. So that's really what motivated me to go get the surgery. So when I got told that I needed surgery, he's like, you should have surgery. I scheduled it. He said, this is like a year after now. So he said, typically with this surgery, the best results are if you get it repaired within a year. And I did probably like, I don't know, I was probably like 2 months or a month over my year. So we'll see how the recovery is. But I'm glad I got it done. You know, like, it's only going to get worse if you don't repair it and you get older. So far, I'm glad I got it done. I mean, obviously, I was super worried about it, super worried about the tear and how later on in life it could affect me. And I was also super worried about the tear and if they fix it and then I have extremely limited mobility, because I like to work on cars and stuff and go to the gym. And like, I haven't been able to go to the gym as hard as I was before, and I wasn't going that hard. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it just sucked. So I guess that's the story of like how it happened and my symptoms and what was the factor. As far as like day-to-day symptoms though, I'm gonna be honest, it was fine for the most part. My day-to-day symptoms, I had no problems. Like if I didn't go to the gym, I wasn't working out, the pain was like not even there. But sometimes I'd go to bed, I'd wake up and I'd be sleeping on this side, and then my arm would be sore, you know, like I could feel that. Or sometimes just sitting in a chair, like it would feel kind of like out of place or like loose. And it felt like that. That's how it felt. Like it felt loose. Like if I guess that's probably the best way to describe it. It just felt looser than the other side. And any kind of chest work too. If I did chest work, I would feel it. Like I would feel it like right here. It just didn't feel good. So I hope that helped you guys with understanding what happened, some symptoms, the reason why I decided to get the surgery. I'm hoping everything I just mentioned as far as side effects or like symptoms go away with the new, surgery. I hope I don't have any of those problems still. Obviously, I'll keep you guys updated. This is kind of getting into a long video now, but I don't know. That's what happened with me. I am glad I got the surgery. I will keep you guys posted, And as far as the shoulder's doing today, it's doing pretty good. So the shoulder's doing great. Feels okay. It is a little sore, like back there. And I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe I probably am using it more than I should. And I'm not using it. Like, I have not extended my arm. And that would probably be really bad. But like when I take a shower, I'll take it out of this sling, and then I'll just walk from like my bedroom to the shower and stuff like that. And usually it's fine, but maybe because I've been doing that more, it's just becoming more sore, just in the back area. And then I am getting a rash underneath, and I bought some rash cream like underneath my armpit, because I can't. My arm is like this all day, it's in one place all day. So I can't really do anything about it. And plus the hair is starting to grow back more. So that kind of sucks. But other than that, the shoulder's doing good. That was my story about what happened. I'll probably do like a more detailed oriented one, like with better, maybe, I guess, solid, like, I feel like I bounced around a lot, so like a solid play-by-play of what happened and the symptoms and stuff. I just didn't do it today because I was driving when I did the video. But anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow.